Okay, konnichiwa, Rika desu. Welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to hop on the trend bandwagon and finally do a what I spend in a week video. I just find that these are super interesting to watch online because you can really see how people spend their money depending on what part of their life they're in, what age they are, or even what city they live in. So for context, I'm currently a 24-year-old working and living in San Francisco, California, and I work in content marketing and social media in a tech company, and also have a second income working as a content creator online as well. I'm gonna go through my journal and see what I spent this entire week. So depending on the week, my spending does fluctuate quite a bit depending on where I am or what I'm doing. This week in particular was a very work heavy week, and since I had just come back from a business trip, I wasn't going out as much or spending extra money where I didn't really need to spend it on because I was taking time to just relax and just focus on work and myself. So I started this challenge on Sunday, and usually me and my boyfriend will go and get groceries on Sunday. And since I have been gone traveling for so long, there's quite a bit to actually pick up on. There was basically no food in my fridge and I needed to go get more groceries. For the entire week's worth of groceries, we spent $140 together, which means it's $70 for my part. The rest of the Sunday, I basically stayed home and binge watched Netflix and ate at home, so there was no cost after that one. So starting off the week on Monday, for all of my meals, actually, I was able to spend no money. Since I had gone grocery shopping the day before, breakfast I brought from home, lunch I had catered lunch, and then for dinner I cooked at home since we had so many fresh groceries. And the only expense that I had on Monday was when I went on a walk with a coworker. We both picked up pressed juice and I got a shot of ginger, lemon, and cayenne because I wasn't feeling that well, and it was $2, but I think it was totally worth it. I wasn't feeling that well, but after I had it, I had so much energy to continue working, and it was a great way for me and my coworker to get out of the office since it had been raining the entire week. Now Tuesday was a little bit different for me. I was invited to an event as an influencer at True Botanicals in San Francisco, so I had to lift to the event during rush hour, which during rush hour they surcharge an extreme amount. Usually for me to get anywhere in San Francisco, it's about $4 to $5, but during this time it was $7.78. But thankfully when I got to the event, we had free coffee, and then also I walked to the office since it was super close, so I didn't spend any more money on transportation there. Now for my meals, I had breakfast at the event, so that was $0 for me. Also for lunch, I pre-packed a lunch that I made at home, so that was once again $0 on that part. Now, since a coworker working out of our DC office came to visit us, we went out to drinks after work, which usually isn't the case, and it's also Tuesday, so I felt kind of guilty, but it ended up being so much fun. I had so much fun talking to all of my coworkers and my girlfriends and such, so we went out to go get drinks, and that was $12 and $20 for drinks. After we went to go get drinks, instead of taking a Lyft, I walked home, and then I also cooked dinner at home to save on money there. Wednesday was a work heavy day, and we also had a strategic meeting off site, so all of my food was provided for me. Luckily, I live for the free food. And then also my breakfast, I made sure to bring with me, so I didn't have to pay for that. And also I actually had my dinner at home once again. The one thing that was really expensive this day was that I spent $12.55 on an Uber getting from the offsite all the way back home because it was during peak hours. It was about 6:30 p.m. Everyone was getting home from work, so it was really expensive on that part. And then my friend invited me and my boyfriend out to go get ice cream, and thank you, boyfriend, he paid for the ice cream for me, so that was $0. On Thursday, I worked from home, so it was a very, very chill day. I just had so much work to get done, so I basically stayed in here the entire day and didn't spend any money, which is great. I made coffee here, I made all of my meals here, and I stayed here and worked. So super exciting. But yeah, we did that. On Friday, I definitely was feeling a little bit lazy because it was the end of the week and I slept in a little bit. Since I slept in, I had to lift to work to make it on time. And once again, it was during rush hour. So I spent $8.93 to lift to work. Which is not ideal. It definitely is not ideal. I worked the entire day at the office, and once again, I brought all my lunch and my breakfast with me, so I didn't have any problems there. And then after work, I had to return a coat to Nordstrom's. I purchased it over Black Friday. Didn't fit me well, so I went to Nordstrom's with my coworker and returned it. So I got $81.38 back for this coat. It was really cute, but it just didn't fit. So my coworker and I live pretty close together, so we actually ended up walking home and just talking the entire walk home. So we saved money on a Lyft, and then also I cooked dinner at home. Now moving on into Saturday, the last day of the challenge, I did have a few things that I wanted to pick up for white elephants and Christmas gifts, and then I also had a few things planned. So this was actually the highest spending day that I had this entire week. The first thing that my boyfriend and I did was walk to the marina, which is such a cute district, and picked up Starbucks coffee at a Starbucks Reserved. Now he picked that up for me, so thank you so much. I definitely needed that coffee, but he didn't need to pay. He just wanted to. Now, once we grabbed the coffee, I went to my Benefit brow appointment, which I honestly absolutely love. Once a month, I get my eyebrows waxed and tinted, and it literally lasts me the entire month. So this to me is definitely a beauty expense that I'm willing to pay for. It's $34 with tip, and it literally lasts me for a month, so it's so worth it for me. I always enjoy going to this one girl who works there, so absolutely love it. And my brows look super good for an entire month for $34, so super happy about that. And since we hadn't gone out this entire week for dinner or for lunch, I took my boyfriend out to go get Japanese curry, and I paid for him since he got me coffee that morning. So it was $30 total for the entire lunch. So then I wanted to go Christmas shopping and pick up a few things for a white elephant. I went to Kinokuniya, which is a Japanese bookstore in Japantown, and picked up a few things there, and then also one magazine for myself because I wanted to treat myself to one of my favorite magazines. So I spent $33.39 at that bookstore, and then I headed on over to Daiso to actually pick up things to wrap the gift in. And I always recommend going to Daiso, which is a $1.50 store, to pick up all of your gift wrapping options because they have so many, but it's only $1.50. So I spent $7.88 on some candy and some gift wrapping to put into my white elephant. I wanted to put the candy in the white elephant, if that makes any sense. Yeah. And last but not least, in Japantown, we went to Nijia, which is a Japanese grocery store. It's a very specialty grocery store, and they have a lot of imports coming in from Japan. So it is a little bit more expensive. We spent $86 together, once again split in half, so I paid $43. And this is actually the groceries that will be going on into our next week's groceries. So that is the end of this challenge. It was really interesting to actually break down how I was spending. The total amount that I spent this week, including the return, thank you for that return, was $180.35. Were you guys shocked? I feel like I would have spent more, and definitely depending on the week I spend more or less. The highest category that I spent money on was transportation. It's just during the peak hours is just not an ideal time. And the second category that I spent the most money on was food. A lot of it had to do with groceries, and also I spent money on Saturday, which usually I would have spent money on Sunday to grocery shop. I'm okay with it. I didn't eat out as much, which is definitely really expensive in San Francisco, so I'm totally okay with this. Last but not least, the two other categories come in third place together is holiday gifts and extras for myself, like the beauty service. So that was how much I spent this week. I think it was a really interesting experiment. I didn't include rent. I do pay that at the top of the month, so I'm sorry if you guys are disappointed. I don't know. It wasn't this week, so I didn't include it. I feel like I've become a better spender and a better saver. I think when I was a little bit younger, I definitely spent a lot of money on going out to get food, also drinking excessive amounts of Starbucks throughout the day, but I've learned to kind of control myself in some parts so I can indulge in other parts in my life. Definitely throughout the week, bringing my own lunch and bringing my own breakfast is a huge way to save money, especially in the city. It costs at least $15 to go get a lunch outside, so I like to save money there and then spend it on something that I'm indulging myself in, like a book that I want, a magazine that I want, a beauty service, things like that. I make sure that I don't spend in stupid places so I can do some nice things for myself later on in the week. So that is everything that I spent this week. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to keep up with my day-to-day life, I do post on Instagram a little bit more than here. I'm sorry, YouTube. I am a terrible YouTuber. I know. I'm trying to get there. But I do have an Instagram account. I'd love to be friends over there. And you guys can check up on what I'm doing day to day, which is drinking excessive amounts of coffee. But at least I'm not spending $4 on it at Starbucks. So thank you guys so much for watching as always and supporting me. If you guys haven't done so already and you guys want to join the family, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. You guys know the drill, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mata ne! Mwah!